sold my soul to the bottle. Still none of my friends have left me yet. I'm the same man I was since the age of 13, and I've lived my life with no regrets. If you're looking for some freedom, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum. If you're looking for rhyme or reason, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum.
Wow. Whoops. Ooh. That's a little heavy. Ooh, welcome.
Welcome to 10 drink minimum.
Yeah. I had to be careful there. Can you guys hear that out there? Is it okay? Yeah, there we go. All right.
Sounds good.
Yay. And then we have people over here, they're like, what the fuck is this?
What is happening?
What in the living shit is happening? We're the 10 Drink Minimum podcast, and we are launching a beer today live from Dialogue Brewing.
Woo. Thank you, Dialogue Brewing, for having.
It's delicious.
It is the 10 Drink Minimum Brown Ale. And about 3 weeks ago, was it 3 weeks ago?
2, 3 around.
Yeah.
About there.
Wow.
So James, Billy, and I, because Holly was in Ruidoso looking for aliens.
Roswell,
Ruidoso, same place.
thing.
No, it's very different actually.
Yeah.
And so we got together with our friend Ian. What's your last name, Ian?
Graham.
Let me kick that mic up a little bit. Do that again, yeah.
Graham.
There you go. Get it right there. There you go.
Graham.
There you go. And Ian is the head brewer here at Dialogue Brewing, and we got together with him on a Saturday morning. I mean, it kind of went like this. Billy and I wake up and we're ready to go. We call Smiley, he doesn't answer. We text Smiley, he doesn't answer. We drive over to Smiley's house. Billy goes up and pounds on the door. Then he comes. Then we get here a little late, and I had never really met Ian. I guess we had met, and I was like, he's probably irritated we're late. And then immediately I had forgotten a memory card for my camera because we filmed some of the stuff. And I thought about this the whole time. I'm like, this is his job. He gets up on a Saturday, he makes beer, then he goes home. So at my job, if someone's like, hey, tomorrow, these momos from this podcast are going to come over, they're going to film, and you're going to make it look like they're making a beer. Or, you're going to make it look like they're doing the work. I would be fucking annoyed. And, I forgot my memory card. And I go, yeah, I got to run to my house real quick and get a memory card for my camera. And I literally live right around the block. And he's like, all right, I guess if you want to get out later. And I'm just like, he already fucking hates us.
Typical brewer answer.
All right, I guess.
It wasn't hate. I just I didn't want to lie to you guys.
Oh, okay.
If you everything's on a time limit, and like you said, it is a job, and it's
sure.
Saturday. It's want to drink beer, not just make it on my day off.
You're probably a little hungover, And then as the day went on, and you babysat us, and like, here, take this and pour it in that. We made some jokes. I think we bonded. I think we're friends now. I feel like, I
feel like it was a good day.
Yeah.
It's fun times. I enjoyed it.
And I learned this: beer making is not fun.
No.
It reminded me very much of farm work.
Yeah.
It's a factory work.
It's like
making widgets.
Let's take the process of tea making and throw farm work in. That's kind of what beer making is totally that. And so, and then the other thing too is like we had Tractor Brewing make a beer for us. They made the beer. Like they did it and they go, here, try this. This one we actually were pouring things in, and who knows. So today I was a little bit like, I don't know if I want to try this beer or not. I don't know if I want people to come in, because our name is on this. Like, it's flat out. It's the 10 Drink Minimum Brown Ale. And if people drive in and they're like, dude, that tastes like sweat, and I'll be like, well, we were sweating a lot. It was a lot of sweating.
It's a sweaty beer.
Normally I'm alone when I make all these things, so it was nice. I'm like, here, you get the beer making experience. Pour this grain into here. Also, shovel it out. Yeah, we're gonna take it. We're gonna give it to the farmers. But you do that. I'll go do some paperwork.
I like that, and that was fine. Like I was like, I told Smiley, I was like,
I realized we were doing the grind.
I was like, he's like, do this cleaning that I hate, because I'm sure you're like, you've done it enough, you hate it. You're like, fuck this. You're like, take this shovel all this grain into like. I was amazed at how many we filled like 5 55-gallon trash cans, right? Or 40 gallon.
It was about that. I mean, it's and this is only like 5% beer.
Yeah.
So, you think when you make like a Russian Imperial Stout or something, it's like double that.
He's like, just think when you make a real beer,
Hey, I love session beers. It's, I like to drink beer, and, I don't need to be schwasty after 2.
No, yeah.
Also, New Mexico's too hot.
So I noticed, we were getting this beer and we're putting it in a trash can, and then you're taking them out and you're like putting the trash cans out in this parking lot over here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, that's weird. And then you come back and I'm like, so you just take those out and like someone picks them up, and he goes, farmers. Cattle,
Wow.
they use them for feed, and it's like this symbiotic or like relationship where they just, you don't have to dispose of all the waste. They come and pick it up, and the cattle eat it.
No, it's completely awesome because it's animal feed, and one of the past places I was at, we actually have an agricultural college come and like test it, and it's like, oh, this is better than like the lowest grade feed that you can give to cows, and honestly, if they didn't take it, it would be a pain in the ass for us to deal with it. Thank God.
Do you think you could say you could have a shirt? You're like, drink beer, it's good for the environment, because I mean that's you're sitting there like moving stuff around. I mean, that's pretty awesome.
As someone with zero technical background in environmental science, I can say with an absolute clear conscience that yes, it is good for the environment. That's good for everything.
That's great.
It's good for humans to drink.
So Holly, since you were not here,
it's good for my confidence.
what questions do you have for us now that we're master brewers?
Oh, God. I should have asked Jason for some questions for you guys.
I'm just kidding.
I do have a question for Ian. So you dealt with these, as Chris put it, momos.
Morons.
All day. I'm about to brew a beer with my boyfriend, who's a brewer.
Oh, so you guys are breaking up, huh? No, I'm just kidding.
How much do you think we're going to fight while we brew beer?
How strong are your arms?
Yeah.
How strong is your relationship?
Yeah.
The relationship is pretty strong. Do you have any tips or advice how I can not annoy him while I'm helping him brew beer? No, he's making a face.
It is brewing beer is just annoying. So be supportive and do the grunt work. He's gonna say like, hey, scrub this bucket, and just
scrub the bucket.
Shovel all this grain out for like an hour.
Like I said, how strong are your arms?
I mean, they're gonna get stronger, I guess.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Here's my question. So you're talking about like grain being put in, like when you say it's like a low ABV, it's less grain. I get, right? So what's the easiest beer to make that will, like, oh, awesome, I'm making this type of beer, so I don't have to fucking deal with that much fucking grunt work?
Oh, yes, good question.
For here personally, it's our 505 lager. It's like just a couple bags. You throw it in, and it's all based on the technique and less of the grunt work stuff.
So you actually have to like shake it up a certain way and like throw it in there, a little slide arm style.
Shake it up.
It is very similar to CeeLo. I'm rolling.
Yeah. What I loved is it's like we're standing next to this 200-degree kettle, and like we've been moving around this area, and it was not hard work, but it was hot. And all of a sudden you're like, hey, let's go in here and measure the hops, and we walk into like the walk-in cooler, and I'm just like, oh, this is amazing.
Yeah, can we stop and do some shots?
Can we just
in here
fucking hang out in here for a little? Can we just make the beer in here?
We'll do like a little interview or something. We'll just.
Oh my god.
That's a magical place. It is also the one that's will most likely put you into shock, like where your body goes from it's like 105 whatever degrees, and then bam. Like right in 32, and it feels amazing, but you're also like, I don't feel so good.
So tell us, where did you learn to make this beer? I already know the answer to this, but we asked. So tell the story of Ian, from Ian the brewer.
I went to college. My plan was to be a labor economist. As everyone knows, 2012, 2013 was amazing for jobs. Every single option was available for a young person fresh out of college, and there was an opportunity to go work on a bottling line and to be an assistant brewer at a brewery, and I had brewed beer, and despite all my other amazing high-paying options that existed at that time, I decided like, hey, let's go do this minimum wage thing, and I make it sound all bad, but I absolutely loved it. You work with your hands every single day. You get to see very few things in this day and earth you have from top to bottom making it. You see it to fruition. A lot of times, if you're a calculator maker, be like, well, parts are made in Indonesia, parts are made in there, and then you're in Texas, and you put it all together, and bam, you don't get to see it from like I said, from the bottom up. But brewing, you do get to see that, so it's pretty nice.
That's true.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So.
Tell us about the 10 drink minimum brown ale. What is it?
What are the qualities? Like if you were gonna write up the description,
It's darker than I expected.
it is.
And it's a little hazy.
It's darker than he expected.
It is.
Oh.
It is. We get specs from the malting companies and all, and when I did the math for what kind of color it would be, it came out slightly darker than originally anticipated. But also, the difference. So the 10 drink minimum brown ale is your classic American.
There you go.
Sorry. I'm not used to this.
That's okay.
So it's your classic American brown ale where we.
He'll move it to you.
Yeah,
He'll move it
there
to
we
you.
go. There we go.
You sit like you want.
Thank you. It's got the elements of, for ours, it's Pilsner, it's Caramel 60, it's Caramel 20, and then chocolate malt. So you have a couple different layers. You have the base malt. It's nice and bready and all, and then you have caramel,
I'm smelling that.
roast, and chocolate. Where we differentiate and why this is kind of hazy is we added a shit ton of oats.
Oh, okay.
Oats. This has 15% oats, so that's just a ton of proteins. That, it's
That's what I was tasting.
Yes, proteins. So it's hazier, but it's got that silky. It's got a silkier mouthfeel, and that's like where you see with a lot of the New England IPAs and stuff, the mouthfeel.
Yeah.
Right.
This one, it's fuller, but it's easy drinking.
Not a lot of industries where you can say it's a silkier mouthfeel and not sound like a complete weirdo.
Yeah.
Where you don't sound like Harvey Weinstein.
Right,
Yes, yeah.
I do enjoy it. I didn't know. I just remember getting a text from Chris this morning, like, yo, this is fucking tasty.
Yeah, he
This
was
is
like,
fucking
this is delicious.
See, I would have started out like this. 10 drink minimum ale is the Ferrari of beers. No, I'm just kidding.
I would say the haziness and the darkness is just because you have a Navajo on your podcast.
You have a what?
A Navajo.
A Navajo. Two?
Two.
Too.
Yes, so it kind of befits. Well, it was funny because they poured it for the first time. So I came earlier. I actually was okay. So I meant to come over last night and have it. I don't know if it was tapped yet or not. So I come over and there's a band and it's not really music I would listen to, but that's okay. I was like, I'm gonna just pop in, and I was, I'd been just kind of in my jammies all day, so I switched into clothes and hadn't really showered and all that. And I was like, I'll just pop in. Then I walk up and there's a band playing, and then there's $10 cover, and I'm all, I'll just drink it tomorrow. I'll just drink it tomorrow. So I came in today, and I was really they pour it, and it's really dark. And I'm thinking to myself, it is way too hot to drink such a dark beer.
Yeah.
And then I took a drink, and I was like, that is the lightest tasting dark beer I've ever had in my entire life.
And I'm going to grab another one.
You did a good job.
You guys did a good job.
No,
You got me, what?
I just sat back,
No, you didn't. Shut up. You did all the measurements and all the bullshit, and you're like, here you go, here's a bucket, dump it in that thing and film it. Go for it. And we're like, oh, yay.
I know. I felt very, very, very involved.
Right. And then
Integral to the process.
I'll tell you this, and I don't know if this is Ian's normal day. I hope not, but he's like, it's like 10 a.m. or 9:30. He's like, you guys want a beer? And I'm like, yeah. I mean, who doesn't want to drink a beer while you're making beer? I mean, that's kind of the rule, right?
You kind of have to.
I mean, I'm sure after a while you're not, but
I don't think that ever goes away.
I feel like that's where cereal beers came from.
This was a special occasion, so
Yeah.
you guys had beers, I didn't, because
Oh.
I don't know, you don't want to blow anything up.
No.
It's
God, no. Could something have blown up?
Yeah.
This is the first time I'm hearing about this.
I mean, kind
Shit.
of.
All right.
No.
That's fair.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's been like I said, I've been a professional brewer for about 7 years, and one of my mentors, and all, I've seen a lot of people, not naming names, and again, I came from the East Coast, but a lot of people do drink beer all day while
Oh, sure.
brewing,
Yeah.
and it can be a slight problem, but one of my mentors, he put it best, like, you can't be in charge of the candy store if you have a problem with eating candy or diabetes. You really shouldn't, be, because literally, I've had a job for the longest time where I can have a beer on my desk and no one will care. Like, if you have a beer on your desk when you're at work, someone will be like,
someone's gonna
"Hey,
shit the bed."
Why are you drinking beer? And they'll be like, it's quality control.
Well,
calm down. It won't.
It becomes one of those things where it's like, should we talk to him? I mean, this is bad, right?
That's why I like doing comedy. It's another one of those jobs where if you
Right.
don't have alcohol in your hand while you're working, it's kind of weird.
It's
Do
like
you want me to buy you one?
It's like, Chris, can you come in and shut the door? We've been trying to. We've overlooked a lot of things. We've overlooked a lot of things. But you're drinking at your desk. Come on.
Yelling quality control doesn't work in your
Quality
field.
control.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, right? Oh, that would be amazing. So here's the one thing about your industry that to me, none of us with what we do can fathom.
No.
So you wake up and you're like, today I'm going to make this thing and I won't know for 3 to 5 weeks if this is awesome or shit.
Which comes to my question: has there been a time where you have done the math, done the grunt work, and it came out really
Just
bad,
disgusting.
and it's like I can't serve this?
Yeah. And you're just pouring it down the sink.
So normally it's not because of the recipe. Like after you get to a certain point, you can put together something will be servable. Normally it's something in the fermentation, like where it happens. And like a perfect example of this is good brewers dump bad beer. So there has been times like if it's not up to quality, I put it down the drain because you got to do it. But it's not so much the recipe. After you get enough, you can make something as long as you don't go too crazy with the recipe. Be like, I'm gonna do a banana and like chili stout. Like unless you want to go like crazy out like that, you can make something that's servable. But sometimes things.
I was
don't
pointing
work
at the camera,
out.
sorry. Ming Chen is watching from New Jersey.
Hi, Ming.
Oh, hey, Ming.
He drunk texted me last night with a PBR.
He texted me last night too.
Yeah.
But also, do you think that just in like small business brewery world,
Billy,
that if you do make something that's subpar, you would just sell it anyway and just call it some weird name and just hope somebody buys it?
So you can do that, and some people do.
Mr. Pineapple.
Yeah,
That's what I heard. That's the story I've heard. They made a beer. Was it Santan? Yeah.
Yeah.
They made a beer and it came out bad, and they made a lot. So they were like, shit, and so they added pineapple juice, and then voila.
It can happen, and here's the thing though, and it's you can do that, and you can get away with it.
Yeah.
You really can.
Oh, I'll
But
get away.
Yeah. But it's not a good. The people that do that oftentimes, I will tell
Yeah.
you, it's not the brewers that make that decision, because you don't get in this job for the moolah.
No.
You
Right.
get in this job because you love it and you want to put out the best product. So there's no one pumped putting out
Yeah.
s-
Yeah.
something. And the industry is different. You know, there's 7,000 plus breweries now.
7,000 plus?
Yes.
I don't know the exact
And
number,
we
but
have
it's around
5,000
there.
in Albuquerque alone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, right. We have
66 plus.
66 plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can do it, but it's not doing you any favors in the long run. It's
Yeah.
stepping over $1 to pick up a dime.
Yeah.
Right.
It really is.
I feel like there's 66 plus, but only one has the 10 drink minimum brown ale.
I
Yeah.
feel like
Yes.
you're right. I feel like
Dialogue
you're
Brewing.
correct.
Get down here. Drink
Welcome
one.
to 10 drink minimum. I'm your host, or
I'm your beer.
I'm your beer.
Yeah. So do you ever go to someone else's brewery and take a drink and you go, shit, I would have thrown this away. Whoa. Thank you.
As someone in the industry, I can say I.
You don't have to name names.
Yeah.
Don't at them.
Oh, no.
I've never done it in this town.
Oh, really?
Wink. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't.
I have. I
It's
was like,
a,
I would have thrown this away.
Well, there's that. It's tough being a small business.
Sure, I
and
know.
I do get it, but they're not doing themselves any favors
No.
when you do that. And,
I'd say the equivalent. If you were going to talk about podcasting, is if you listen back to an episode and the fucking audio is trash, like one person's like super loud and blowing out, and then everybody else is super quiet, and you put that out there, it's the same thing.
Trash
Yeah.
it. You gotta
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
have to get
Because then
rid of
like
it.
someone's like,
trash
hey,
it.
I'm going to listen to this show. I see the artwork, I like it, and then they listen, and it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
Are they going to listen a second time? No.
And it's also the way he's saying that, like, here in this town, he's never done, it's a small community, just
Yeah.
like the podcasting community in Albuquerque is also small. And we have never in this town said, I would have thrown that episode out. You know what I mean?
I have.
Wink, wink.
Yeah, we thrown out
Oh.
a bunch.
We've thrown out a bunch.
Well, no, never mind.
Oh, no. You said we haven't
I was
listened to
saying-
some.
Listen to an
Like another podcast, we wouldn't say publicly that we listened to another
Oh, okay.
podcast and hated it because it's very
No,
small.
no, we
and
wouldn't.
we
That's
run
terrible.
into
That's terrible.
we run into people, especially, me. I run into them 4 times a week.
Well,
So-
I did say it about one, but they're no longer around.
oh, okay,
So
that's
fair. And I just think that they just didn't care.
Yeah,
You
sure.
know. But
Fair.
there's that. If you don't care, you don't care.
Yeah, and here's the thing that sucks about craft beer. I don't know enough about the podcast industry to say
It's
if
like it's like the gangs of LA.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just
Yeah. Throw up the signs then. We're trying to convert people that are Bud Miller and Coors drinkers. There's only
Right.
11.5% of people in America that drink craft beer.
Okay.
So we're not fighting over each other's customers. We're trying to convert people. And so
Right.
when someone puts out something bad, they are normally like, oh, I had this lager and it tasted like buttered popcorn. Craft beer just sucks.
It had
Right.
a bubblegum finish.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it sucks.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Ooh. That was rough.
So it's one of those things where
Damn the wind.
we're all losing out because if someone's first craft beer experience is with their buttered popcorn lager,
Right.
they might decide
They're-
like, okay, cool, craft beer sucks. I'm gonna
Yeah.
stick with Coors.
Right. I'm gonna
The
drink.
mountains are blue. I know it's cold.
What I really like about the craft beer industry is you say it's only this percentage, but it apparently has had an effect on them because they've come out with commercials that are like, we're not a microbrewery, we're a, what do they call
I
it?
don't know.
Hard brewed.
Yeah, and then the other one that they did is like now they're starting to make all of these like special beers.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they do make some really stupid ones like one I saw the other day was like orange and lime
Yeah.
Bud Light or some shit. I was like, what the fuck is that? It's probably amazing.
I tried a pretzel Blue Moon. It was Blue Moon pretzel. Don't drink that. That's terrible. It's horrible. Don't like
And
it.
I think the campaign you were talking about was pretty long past. It became like a thing where like, what the fuck are these guys talking about? It was like
Oh.
Anheuser-Busch commercial was talking
Yeah.
about you don't want that raspberry fucking.
yeah. Oh, that's the other one. Yeah,
It's
they're
like
like,
they tried to emasculate craft.
yeah, they
like
try to
craft
make it
beer.
like you're not a macho guy if you're drinking a strawberry wheat lager or some shit. And it's like, okay.
Well, for a while there, Anheuser-Busch was specifically putting out their versions of craft beers,
Yeah.
and specifically making them shitty so you
Right.
wouldn't like craft beers.
Well, they're also buying them all. So they bought Lagunitas, not Lagunitas. Shit, what's the big one? And they bought Goose Island.
Yeah.
Goose Island, like 10 barrel.
10 barrel.
The
What's
Wicked Weed.
What's the big
Yeah.
one in California that has like the
Ballast Point?
Ballast Point.
Ballast Point.
That's owned by Constellation, but yeah, they're
still,
all parsing
yeah.
it. They're parsing it up.
They're like, hey, we're gonna buy this company, and then now you pay $15 for a 6-pack of beer. I was like, what the fuck? What's up, man?
And they'll pay it.
I just don't understand it. But,
Yeah.
whatever.
Whatever. Whatevs.
Yeah.
I mean, when they buy, whenever they come and buy this one out, and we see the 10 drink minimum dark, the brown ale in all the stores all over the United States. I get it. I mean, at that point, I'll be like, all right, I'm for this,
Like, I would love some, like, super, like, mega, blogger to be like, walks in, is like, I'm in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Oh, I broke down in Albuquerque, so I'm guessing I'm going to go to Dialogue.
Yeah.
And then let me try that 10 drink minimum one.
Let's try that beer.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
This is what...
Ian is a genius.
It just has those notes and...
Florals.
What's
and
that? So, like, if you had to drink like a major brewery beer, what's your go-to?
Actually, can I stop you there?
No,
Because we
go ahead.
have this question. We
Yeah.
always ask brewers, because we have had
Oh.
brewers on our show. What was your first beer?
Yeah, what was the first beer you ever drank? Even if you were underage.
Bud Heavy.
Oh, Bud Heavy.
What the
Bud
fuck
Heavy.
is that? What is
Budweiser.
Bud Heavy?
But that's just Budweiser tradition.
Oh,
Yeah,
And,
Bud Heavy, not Bud
So
Light.
I grew up
Okay.
in a redneck region of Maryland.
Oh,
And
I didn't know there was such a thing.
Yes. Maryland's super redneck.
Yeah.
In certain points.
He's all,
Yeah.
oh my God, your 4-wheel drive truck is amazing.
Pretty much. So, like, one of the first ones I had was a Budweiser with a salt on the rim. Because there's people, they salt their Budweiser, and it was
Really?
Budweiser on
Wow.
vacation.
Oh,
They put a lime on it?
that's fancy.
no lime. That's
Just the
crossing
salt.
the line.
Wow. So what's your go-to if you have to? You're in
You're in a pitch or at a barbecue.
Des Moines, Iowa, and they don't have any craft breweries, so you're at the hotel bar. What's your go-to, mainstream beer?
Probably Hams or PBR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a PBR fan.
And they probably don't have that.
Yeah. I've never been there, so I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure what they have. I don't hate all the macro lagers because
That's
of,
what they call macro, yeah.
Yeah, because of what they are. I hate them because of their business practices. Because
Sure.
Right.
they employ their lobbyists to try to snuff out small
Right.
companies
Right.
like this.
And then like what was it? Like someone was like, I was drinking like Sapporo or something, and someone was like, ugh, rice beer, and I was like,
PBR is rice
what the
beer.
fuck do you drink? And they're like, Miller Lite. I go, rice beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, rice beer.
The fuck are you talking? They're like,
PBR
they don't
is
make
made
it
out
with
of
rice. I
rice.
go, oh, they damn sure do.
Personally, I really enjoy Sapporo and Asahi. My girlfriend's mom lives in Hawaii, and those Japanese beers are so much cheaper. You can get like everything there costs $1 million, but you can get a 12-pack of Sapporo for $8.
Right.
And so that's what I'm drinking on the beach because it's either that or like a $16 6-pack of Stone.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
it's cool.
Billy's been on a Keystone Ice kick as a.
The thing is,
What?
the ice beers. Someone told me about the brewing process, to where like
Cold
it's
filtered.
cold. It freezes, and so there's ice bits. You take out the ice on top, and somehow it has a
Wait,
higher alcohol content
there's
as a
ice
result.
bits? What are ice bits?
Like ice,
Frozen water.
frozen water.
Like
frozen water.
ice bits in the beer?
Yeah.
How does that make it higher in alcohol?
It's because you're taking away. If you leave the water in there,
Yeah.
it's just.
Oh, I see.
it's so-
I
if you-
see.
It gets undiluting the alcohol content. Like it's diluted enough to where like, oh my god, it was. Cold.
I like how you're telling us how this process works. We have a brewer right here who's going to tell us the process.
I just learned about it like 2 weeks ago. I was like, what?
Yeah.
That means there's more alcohol because it
Oh,
tastes
yeah.
the same.
Because
Yeah.
the ice bits.
Well,
Ice bits.
so the history behind it, and I'll keep it real short, not to bore you guys. It's the German beer and Eisbock, and
Okay.
what they would do is they'd make a lager and they would freeze it, and then they take away alcohol doesn't have the same freezing point
Right.
as
Right.
water. So, they'd remove the liquid that was left, and so you took out the water, so the alcohol percentage was higher.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so here in America, actually, it's illegal. You need a distillation license to do it.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
basically. I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I'm like, that sounds a lot more
Interesting.
like.
So most of those places, they just make a super high gravity beer. They just build it up. They make a bunch of sugar water
Yeah.
and then bam, there you
High
go.
gravity, huh?
Wow.
Yeah, high
That's
gravity.
that's where that name comes from.
Yeah,
Oh,
My
I get
grandfather-
they don't brew it at altitude.
My grandfather's 92 years old, drinks high gravity.
That's a man.
Fucking crazy. Yeah, he's like, yeah, I don't have to drink as many. I'm like, you're 92 years old. How many do you have to drink?
No, he drinks Steel Reserve.
Oh, you drink Steel Reserve. Same shit.
It's
Yeah.
fancy. It's the reserve. Not their standard.
That's
the
what
only,
he,
that's the only beer I've ever had. It's like, I can't drink this.
yeah.
This is
Well, I mean, he drinks that now because they changed Four Loko. I'm just kidding. That's
I mean,
not-
let's be real. At
They
92,
neutered it.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
you said 92?
Yeah.
At 92, I'm going to be drinking as much beer as possible.
Fucking A. I'll drink whatever, man. I'll probably be
Like-
on heroin at that point.
Why not?
not?
You're 92.
So I've seen different trends like go on for the last, I'd say, 10 years, where like IPA was big, and then ciders were big, and then like, what are you guys gonna do about this whole hard seltzer thing?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We're very curious.
He's like, I don't give a shit about it. Actually, honestly.
Well, I'll tell you as a brewer, the claw is law. Everyone knows.
Yeah.
I don't.
I love
hate-
my club.
We love White Claw.
love
We
it.
can't help it.
I don't give
There's
a
no
shit.
shame.
I don't. I like it too. Here's the thing: it's drink beer every day. Sometimes it's a nice change up.
Yeah.
I personally have no interest in making them because other people do it so well.
Yeah.
And,
Someone down the street did it really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean.
Have you had 'em yet?
I haven't had it yet. I need to.
It's pretty
It's
amazing.
so good.
Yeah.
The cucumber one.
It beats
Whew.
out the marble one. I want to shift gears and I want to talk about something completely not beer related. I just need some help. Anybody can come up and help too. I'm having trouble with Facebook.
Okay.
All right. I got called out Friday night about Facebook.
Okay.
So you have these people who you have friends with, right? Like you're looking and it's like, you have 45 friends with this person, right? And you're like, okay. And then they add you and you're like, cool, but you don't know them. You have no idea who they are. So this person who I've never really talked to, I've met him once, and I met him twice now. The first time I walked by and they're like, you need to come shake my hand. We're Facebook friends. You need to come and shake my hands. If we're Facebook friends, then we should be friendly in person. And I'm like, okay. And I was like,
Wow.
hi.
Wow.
And so Friday night, they were like, so we're Facebook friends, but you never like talked to me. And I think that's really rude. And I got called out. And I'm like, how do you guys do? I mean, that's weird, right?
It is weird.
I
That
don't
is-
talk to anybody I'm Facebook friends with.
Yeah.
Like if I don't know them personally.
And then they were like, is it because you're famous? And I was like, what the fuck? What is happening here? That's weird.
Are you too good
Are
to
you
talk
too
to me,
good?
Chris
Yes.
Burnett?
I don't
Yes.
get that. I don't get that about like regular Facebook. I get that about my friend requests. So right now I am backlogged in friend
Yeah.
requests. I have 350 something that
Holy
I got
shit.
in the last 2 weeks. Okay,
Oh,
that's
wow.
2 weeks of friend requests.
Wow.
And
I learned
I
I'm super unpopular. Nowhere near that.
and I mean a lot of it is just gross guys. I'm gonna be
Okay.
real. Like a lot of it is just gross single guys. I don't know why they do this, but they will come to a comedy show or they'll be somewhere that I'm at and they're like, "What, are you too good to add me as a friend?" I'm like, "I don't know you.
Yeah, I don't know who the fuck you are.
I don't know you. I'm not gonna add you."
Yeah.
And they will send me messages like, "Why did you decline my friend request?" Like, because I hate you. Already, I hate
But-
you. Like,
but-
this is not helping
okay.
your case.
So, but you're in public, and so we've, you've liked my posts apparently, and but we've never really sat down and had a conversation. So just because we're Facebook friends, I'm supposed to go, oh hey you, hi. I have no idea who you are. I mean, I did know who they were, but I don't know them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What is the protocol there? How
I
do
don't
you
think
handle
there is
that?
a protocol.
There
Like,
not But
I
like,
think that person is being dramatic.
yes. And I'm like, well,
That's crazy.
Chris, you should have gone up to them and be like, "You just added me on Facebook, didn't you?
no.
You know, you
here's-
should know every
no, no, no,
person
no,
you
no,
know.
no.
Nice to meet you."
Okay, it's the wife of one of our friends. And then she's like, "Well, you're friends with my husband," and I go, "Actually, we're not friends. I just know of him."
Weird.
And I'm like,
Oh, Ian, Rob Palmer says to put a shirt on. I don't know why he told
tell
you.
Ian to put a shirt on. Ha ha ha.
Ha ha.
He's got a shirt. He's got a Yingling shirt. That's
He
amazing.
has a shirt on.
I don't want to
great
hear
shirt.
it from Rob. He's over in Germany and
Yeah,
he's over in Europe. Yeah,
fuck Rob
Yeah,
right
Rob.
now. First of all, Rob, you're in fucking Germany or Belgium or somewhere
Yeah.
where you have amazing fucking beers and you're watching our show.
Yeah,
Thank
why?
you for that. But what the fuck?
I mean, his shirt is great. It's Yingling and it has puppies.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get better.
Drinking
Yeah.
beer, enjoying some nice cigars.
And we love Rob and we love we love Palmer Brewing.
Of course. But, go enjoy Europe.
Jesus,
Right?
yeah.
Come on. I mean, thank
I
you
wanna
for
be
watching.
there.
But
Go to a Hofbrauhaus.
do something useful.
Go
watch
add
our
someone
show.
on Facebook and then act like you're friends with them after
Yes.
a week.
In Europe.
Oh,
That'd be
I
fun.
should try that. That just sounds like a fun thing, like a dare.
Has
you
that
give
ever
someone.
happened to anybody though? They're like, we're friends on Facebook. Why don't you talk to me in person?
No.
I don't know you.
That's literally. I think it's because people know that I hate human beings. Like,
Oh.
human interaction is stressful for me. So, like, they know better. I
Yes.
think my face tells them, like,
Yeah.
don't even start some shit about how I don't talk to you in person. Like, you're lucky if I like your post about your baby.
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk to you in person about the things. Also, are they meaning, like, in person to talk about what they're posting on Facebook? Because that's what my mom does.
Basically, they came up and they said hi, and then they go, "Why don't you ever like come up and like whenever we see each other, you just say hi, and we're friends on Facebook." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm friends with a lot of people on Facebook. I've never even fucking met in real life. I don't
know. Maybe you should start doing what my mom wants me to do, which is my mom wants me to look at the picture of a puppy she shared on Facebook and then call her and talk to her about it.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, she'll call me and be like, "Did you see that post I put about the dog?"
That's pretty reasonable. Why didn't you call her?
Yeah.
So Palmer said the reason why is your shirt looks like it's the same color as your skin. It doesn't. That's the camera. That's our fault.
It's our fault. It's not
Well,
his.
that would be pretty amazing. You're just out here shirtless.
I mean,
He's like, "This is Brewer Ian," and he's like, just got no shirt on. He's all putting his finger in his belly button. He's like, "Yeah, I make beer all day. It's fucking amazing. I love it."
Just spit and dip all the
Yeah.
time.
He's like, "The secret to making beer is you gotta work hard, shirtless, and sweat a lot."
That's it. I did come from Maryland,
Yeah.
So
Redneck
Could
Maryland. No, I've never, like when you said your redneck area of Maryland, I never would say the two things
you know
together.
what? When I hear Maryland, I don't think rednecks.
No.
For some reason, I think of Amish people. I don't know.
that's more Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
We do have some Amish and Mennonites, but Maryland's like you got the social elite, like people that work in DC and stuff, and then mostly it's people that crab and farm and all that
Oh.
stuff. Yeah.
Who knew?
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
Like crabbing?
Here's my question again. So going back to the beer, is there like an award system now set up? Because like the craft beer in Albuquerque is relatively new. Who has the balls actually? Okay, so we're actually having a craft beer awards.
Yeah. The Crafties.
Crafties.
If I'm going to go from The Office, the Dundies, the Crafties.
Well, most of them go up to the Great American Beer Fest, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the big one. I mean, is that the end all be all, the Great American Beer Festival?
You know, honestly, for the nation, I'd say yes. For Albuquerque, it's what might now be defunct as the National IPA Challenge.
Oh, they don't do the national one? Do they still do the world?
Those are two separate, competitions
Yeah.
as far as I know. But they had the Brewing News had their National IPA Challenge, which
Yeah.
was the big one, and then one of the owners went on his really weird.
Oh,
sexist
yeah. I
rant
saw this.
About
I saw this.
Scotland,
Yes.
about Scotland. That was what's crazy is that. If he would have been subjected to an editor, everyone would be like, "What are you talking about?"
Right.
for anybody that hasn't read that article,
I saw that. Yeah.
It was weird. So
there was a lot of local breweries here that were calling that article out.
Yeah, I mean, because that's considered a big competition here, and besides that whole thing, the year before that happened, they kind of screwed a lot of people where they didn't when. It's kind of hard to explain, but basically, there's no standardized system about sending in beers.
Right.
And they had a weird system. They told everyone how to do it. They messed it up, and a lot of people's beer got pulled by the Postal Service.
Ooh.
And
the band Postal Service pulled their beer?
Yes.
That's
the
crazy.
band.
I didn't know they had such power.
That's odd. That's really odd. Just kidding.
So
yeah.
Yeah, but I would say until recently, National IPA Challenge was the big one here.
So how? Okay, that brings up a really big question. So like, I guess I assumed you took your own. So like, if there's a big competition, you have to ship the beer, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
I mean, that's in like Buffalo, New York, man. I'm not going in like.
Yeah. I just hate to walk into FedEx right after you guys and be like, "Fuck! I just want to mail this letter." Oh, and you guys are like putting up big barrels. Or I'm just kidding. That is
I mean, it's just a box, and we say like it's salsa or yeast samples. Like, that's what you say. There's no, because you can't ship beer.
Oh, serious?
Yeah.
No,
So it's totally illegal. So you're just completely like blind.
No, we're shipping yeast samples.
Yeast samples. So the funny thing about that is, whenever Billy and I, it was just Billy and I. Smiley wasn't here. She wasn't here. There was a lot of fans from like Australia. And this guy was like, I want you guys to try Australian beer. And then he sent food and shit. But like he shipped it and he sent me the tracking number. So I get the tracking number and I know what ground is and I know what air is. But then it goes surface. And I was like, what the fuck is a boat? So it was on. So this beer was on a boat for like 3 months.
Damn.
Yeah. So we got it. And it was called. It was a Cooper's. Like it was funny because like he was like, I sent you a bunch of different ones, and I'm thinking like he got like a bunch of beers from the different brands. No, he went and bought like a Cooper's 12-pack mix. Like if you went like got the Tecate mix or the the Dos Equis mix, and I don't know. Were you there for that? Oh, you weren't for that show. It was Adam. It was me and Adam.
Mm-hmm.
It was my old co-host Adam, and I thought, like, I always thought of like Australia as like, ooh, beer. Like they know beer. None of the beers I got that I think were anywhere close to as good as anything we have here.
Albuquerque is an amazing beer.
Oh, I'm just talking
city.
about America.
Oh yeah. Well, luckily everyone thinking America doesn't have to rot on a boat for 3 months.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, there was ones that were like literally taste like Sprite. It was weird. Very odd.
There is it's a European thing too, where plenty of people do like mixing Sprite and beer. Like,
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
In Germany, they do it. It's called the Radler.
Yeah. My
Interesting.
I have a good friend. She lives in Hamburg, and whenever we got a beer, I'd be like, we'd be like, oh man, I'll have a Polaner Hefeweizen, and she'll be like, I'll have Polaner Helles, and then half fill it with Sprite. And
Yep.
I'm just like,
Yep.
I'm like, why are you killing?
That's
it?
how they teach kids to drink beer
They
in
actually-
Germany, though.
Well, they actually do that. Probably, I believe that because when I was there for a month, and I never saw any of that. But what I saw was like their favorite like soda drink is they take cola and orange
Fanta.
soda or
Yep.
orange Fanta and they mix it, and it's called Spezze.
Yep.
And they love it. Like it's huge.
It's good.
And like the one beer that I had there that I've never seen ever again was Weizen, like just a wheat, not a honey wheat, but just a wheat, and it was clear, like it looked like Sprite. It was really weird. Yeah.
Weird.
I have no idea.
I have never heard of that.
Yeah, it was so good though. I liked it, but and then of course everything for them was in a big wooden cask.
Yeah.
Like everything was gravity and and we're room temperature. So you have to like I can drink beer room temperature. It doesn't bother me whatsoever. I mean, certain beers aren't that great, but certain beers are. Certain beers actually taste certain burrs taste better room temperature. Will you give me another one? Cool.
Take one too.
Have you been to Germany?
Yeah. I like I said, I have a friend. She lives in Hamburg, so went to went through a whole tour of Europe as a college trip and all, and
Yeah.
did Hamburg, Berlin, and Munich, and man, that was great. And this was before I was a professional brewer, so it's super cool seeing a bunch of the big six. And Augustiner is one of my favorite breweries of all time. They're Edelstoff, Munich Helles. That is, anybody who hasn't had that beer, I highly recommend tasting it.
What's the one I like? Spaten?
Yeah.
I love Spaten. And it's so weird because, like, my dad, growing up, like, my dad, Bud Light, Budweiser, Miller Lite, Miller, you know, that's, like, what he would drink. And then my parents got into this thing where they started, like, traveling down to Fredericksburg, Texas. And my dad was like, have you ever had Spaten? And I was like, yeah, absolutely I've had Spaten. And he, like, loves it. I'm like, and, like, that's, like, a thing we connected on because I never thought, because, like, my parents will come here and drink beer and they just don't like it.
Right.
Because it's not,
They
you
drink
know.
Bud Light.
Yeah, they drink, or Bush or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
And for my dad to go Spaten, I was like, ooh, that's a great beer.
Hell yeah.
I think that's a really good one. Bitburger.
I love Bitburger.
I actually went to the Lowenbrau Hofbrauhaus.
Oh, yeah.
I've
like-
been there. It's super nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in Munich, and it's like, you know, it's like when I walk into Bow and Arrow, that's what I think about. You know, I go,
Yeah.
you walk into Bow and Arrow, and everybody goes, it looks like a cafeteria. I go, no, that's what a Hofbrauhaus
Yeah,
looks like.
that's
It's,
exactly
you know,
the same.
And
It reminds me of Oktoberfest because I went
Yeah.
to actual Oktoberfest in Germany, and it's like bow and arrow. It's just
you know,
a
like
bunch.
Rob is doing right now, Rob Palmer.
I know. The only thing is, if it was more close to like how they do it in Germany, they will have the two benches against each other,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you use the other person's back as the back of your chair.
Oh, that's right.
I
yeah.
made a really good old guy friend in Germany at Oktoberfest that way.
Well, and you drink for breakfast too.
Yes, absolutely.
Like I remember getting up to like we were hiking through the Alps, and you get up in the morning, and I don't know how they eat so many carbs. I guess they just really like because no one was fat over there; they were all thin. And you get up in the morning, and like your breakfast is like bread. And when I say bread, I mean bread that's like darker, that like as dark as this beer.
Wow.
And,
good bread.
And then like meats and cheeses, and then beer. Like you're drinking
they
beer.
eat like a sandwich.
Oh yeah, but like people weren't drinking like a little beer either. Like I have this mug at home, and it's like this tall, and it's from Oktoberfest, and like that's
like
what
a good like foot tall.
yeah,
there.
and that's what they would drink out of like in the morning. I'm like what the fuck, you know?
I mean, that's how I start my day.
Yeah,
Everybody
absolutely.
else,
You know,
no?
and then go to work. You know, I go to work for the day because you ride your bike or you walk or you know whatever. You know, a good life. You know.
How it's meant to be. And they have a really cool pub system too, where it's like,
Yeah.
like you guys are talking about, where there's just ginormous benches. Is you're encouraged to talk to random
Yeah,
Yes.
and make
Like,
friends.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so like when I was there, like I was talking, it was some German guy and his son, and
Yeah.
you know at the time I could speak the barest amount of German, and he could speak the barest amount of English.
See, that's
We're
weird.
both- yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he
and
was
it's
older
fun.
then. He was older.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
You know, we're talking like 2010 or 11.
Well,
and,
really?
yeah.
Huh. When I was there, all the people that were like under the age of 40 spoke really good English.
This dude was like in his 60s. So.
Well, but I was there in like 93.
Okay.
And so, but like I guess people I think maybe from the poorer areas did not. But like they were telling me like when you go to school, you have to have 6 years of English. And then like in France, they only have 3. And whenever we met a bunch of French people, you could tell. Like they could barely speak English. The German people, man, they were just boom, 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 boom. They were like,
I mean, most of the country was
Yeah.
fluid when I went there. He was one of the few people, but you know, like I said, I could
Yeah.
speak a decent amount. So we got to have our broken conversation. His son spoke perfect English.
Yeah.
But like so he was talking to my one travel buddy, and I was talking to his dad because I could speak some German. So it was good times, but
Yeah.
it's not something here that we have so much in America
No.
where you're like you're sat with random people. They're like,
Right.
yeah, you sit here,
Yeah.
be like, we'll bring you pork knuckle, chill
Yeah.
out, talk to this dude.
well,
Make
I
friends.
have a vivid memory of this older couple. They were walking up as we were walking down from some like church or cathedral or whatever, and the guy just started speaking German to me, and I was like, I'm sorry, I don't speak German. Or I was like, I used to know the phrase, non sprechen Sie Deutsch.
Yeah.
And immediately he goes, "Oh, American." Like he didn't go, "Oh, English." He went, "You're American." Like I don't know how he caught that. Like there was definitely something in my accent.
Oh, for sure.
It was you wearing those.
This was '93, so
Okay.
think about it.
Yeah.
It was you and your Jinkos.
Your Jinkos. That's
Those were
what
not
gave
around.
it away.
And the one thing about Germany that I never saw anywhere but there until Quentin Tarantino did it in a film was I was with a group and we were at the base of the Alps. This is in the summertime, and I'm with a group of like people my age, and I don't speak German, and so they speak English, but they're like just talking in German around me, and they're laughing, and they're giggling, and I could tell they're like up to something. So then finally I go, what was so funny in there? And they were like, we were trying to see if we could take the lift up, so we didn't have to hike up the Alps, and it was cheaper for locals, so we were speaking in the local accent, and I'm like, what? Wait, what? And so, because it all sounded the same to me. And so that never happens again in my life until I see the movie Inglourious Bastards. And he starts speaking in German, and they go, "Where's your accent from?" Like the little thing.
Yeah.
And what part of Germany? And then he fucks up, like he asks for 3 whiskeys, and he does this
Yeah. And
instead
it's
of this. And it was like, oh my God, like boom, like that was such a minute, small detail that it just killed it. Because they always like, when they go 1, 1, 2, 3,
2,
you know,
3.
we go 1, 2, 3, you know, and it was really amazing, like how that came back around in my life. And I was like, wow, that
Yeah.
was amazing, you know?
Also in sign language, that's how they do 3.
Yeah?
Because this is W. So
That's pretty
just
cool.
saying.
But yeah. So
I'll never go to Europe.
I don't know why.
Why?
Why would you not?
I have no business there.
There's so much business.
There's too
there.
much. That's too much. Europe is. I think everybody should go.
Europe's fun.
Yeah.
I
don't
love
know.
it. It's
Maybe
beautiful.
As a Native American, we might just start burning things down just out of spite.
That.
I mean, fair.
I want to go to
I
New Zealand
Why there and not Europe?
because I can actually do an exit from there.
You go what? Oh.
I can
Oh,
do an
yeah.
exit, so like,
Oh, yeah,
Billy
yeah.
Belmont, and I'm actually there was like
Germany
my-
could do. It's
my-
the greatest beer in all the world.
oh Lord. You know where my favorite place I ever went to in Europe was Belgium,
I didn't get to go there.
which was an accidental trip that my parents and I took. We were supposed to go to London, but the train system shut down. So we're
No,
like,
now we're all going to Belgium.
well, when my dad suggested it, I was like, what the fuck do they have in Belgium? Like
Beer.
chocolate and
Oh yeah.
no,
no.
waffles. And my dad said, no, they have the most breweries per capita than anywhere else.
Yeah.
They have 50,000 beers you can try, and they each have their own glass, by the way. And so we go there, and my dad and I, our goal was to try all 50,000 beers. So we made about 75 different beers that we tried
Jesus.
in one day.
I like when you say.
That's impressive.
It was pretty impressive. My mom hated it. She didn't drink beer at the time, and my dad and I were just wasted. We only had one bad beer while we were there. It was a coconut beer, but it was literally like somebody took a lager and put the worst coconut flavoring you can
think it was like put
possibly
cocaine
think
in
of.
it.
Oh, no, that would have been great. I would have loved that.
Yeah.
Cocaine flavored. But it was the worst beer I've ever had in my entire life. But that's the only bad beer I had in Belgium, and it was lovely.
I like how you glossed over the chocolate.
Oh, no, they
What?
have great chocolate. Like,
no.
their hot chocolate.
Oh.
Their hot chocolate in Belgium is literally chocolate on a stick, and you put it in hot milk.
Oh God.
It's
I just
great.
remember eating candy over there, and I was like, how do you guys not have diabetes, man?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like fucking like when
It's so
when
good.
they make chocolate. Like you eat like chocolate here is watered the fuck down.
Yeah.
Compared to like Europe, they're like, here, have some candy. You take a bite, and you're fucking like your teeth hurt
Unless
immediately.
it's
You're like, holy
marzipan.
shit. You're like, ow.
Marzipan is awful. Don't eat that.
Isn't chocolate plants not? It's not a regional thing. It's like you grow in like tropical areas, right?
Right.
So so they import all this chocolate.
Yeah. And here, like we're like I can't like we can go to Tallinn Market and I'll buy some chocolate for you from like Europe, and you're gonna be like, holy shit, man, this chocolate like it'll knock you in the mouth.
Rich as fuck, super sweet.
Wow, yeah. Like immediately you're like, whoa, and then you're like, yeah. You know, you're
I
like,
have a
yes.
major sweet tooth, so I enjoyed all the
You
candy.
know what I'm talking about,
yeah,
though, right?
except for marzipan. That's
Oh.
disgusting. That's not sweet enough at all. They make it into really pretty things, though. Bland, gross. Why?
What is this, cream cheese?
I went to Switzerland, and I thought it was always like bullshit. Like you always see, like they always talk about the Swiss or like blonde hair, blue eyed. Absolutely. The only place in Switzerland where they were not blonde hair, blue eyed was right next to Austria and right next to Germany. Everything else, everyone was like Swiss Miss, blonde hair, everything. Like I was like, wow, that is weird how that's really a thing, because it just seems bullshit, you know. Especially men. You don't really see a lot of blonde hair men, you know?
Until you go to Europe.
Until you go to Europe.
And then you see really beautiful blonde-haired men.
Well, I don't know if they were beautiful or not.
Well, they were beautiful. Trust me.
So it's our, I guess we're going to, there's a cake involved today. We've got a lot of friends here. I want to point out, thank you guys for coming. Raise your beer here. We've got our beer, man. I've got some friends here from all different time periods of my life. It's kind of cool, actually. So I want to thank Dialogue for letting us do this. This is cool. It's our 13th anniversary this month.
Yep.
13 years. And there's a cake. Our friend Stephanie made it. And we're going to have cake afterwards.
Thank you so much.
And she's like, what kind of cake do you want? I was like, well, I like German chocolate. So that's kind of funny that we're talking about, Because fucking Palmer's over there just drinking all the good beers.
I know. He better bring me back a really handsome blonde-haired man.
We're drinking all the good
Just
beers.
kidding.
Yeah, but that's the thing. We're over here drinking our beer. They don't have that in Germany.
Yeah, they don't have our beer there.
Germany, if that's how you call it.
No, we're really happy you guys decided to, share it with us. So, cheers.
Absolutely. Here you go. Let's do this.
Cheers.
And if anybody knows how you handle like a Facebook person that comes up and is like, we're friends on Facebook, we need to talk all the time.
Oh, you punch him in the face.
It was a woman. I can't do that.
And I mean, okay, fair. Poke her in the eye or something.
I just don't know how to answer that. She's like, we're friends on Facebook. Why don't you talk to me in like public? I'm like, because I don't really know you.
Actually, you know how you handle that? You block her on Facebook. That's
Ooh.
Or you
Well, I
like,
want to be nice.
we're talking right now, aren't we?
Well, then then the other fucked up thing is I go, well, I'm kind of shy. And they go, okay, because I do this.
people are rude. I get that a lot too. I have social anxiety really bad, and people are like, "But you're a comedian. You're on stage all the time." But no, I'm on stage. There's a barrier. I don't have to
I'm drunk.
listen to you. I'm drunk. I have social anxiety, and I get that a lot too. Like, how can you be shy and have social anxiety? Well, because I don't like human interaction. That's why.
Well, I mean, it's not even that. Well, for me, it's not that. It's that initial.
Yeah, that's how I am too. I'm scared of people. They're frightening. Yeah. If you have a dog, though, I will always talk to you.
Well, and
So
what do
I can
I
pet
do?
your
Walk
dog.
up and go, hey, that thing you posted the other day, I really liked that. That's kind of creepy.
That's what my
to me.
mom wants me to do.
That's
so,
creepy as shit.
Maybe we should all try it.
Maybe we should all try that. So, I mean, does that happen to you? See, okay, I feel like this is like the most exposure for this brewery that you've gotten. Has someone written an article about you? Anything here?
I mean, we've had a couple things. Like, we were in All About Beer magazine.
No, not we.
Yeah.
You.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I say we. It's not just me.
I
We
know.
got Sam and all that.
Daniel.
Yeah.
I call him Samuel.
Samuel, yes.
That's the.
Samuel.
It's like Brangelina.
So, my thing is like I've come here for you guys are turning 3.
Yeah.
This is the 3, like right around. I saw a thing. You guys are gonna be 3 years old, and I've been here for a while. And then like the day we did this beer is like the most I've talked to you. So you kind of stay hidden back in the back.
They keep me in the back room. I have a face for radio or a face for podcasts, as you know, where it's.
Do you prefer it that way, or or are you social?
I mean, I'm a social guy, but also, I'm just back there cranking along, doing my stuff.
Right.
There's a lot of work to be done.
Well, what a lot of
True.
people don't know is you actually live downtown. This is your address. Hold on, we're gonna put on. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just
Please
joking.
I live here.
stop
I don't
him.
have a house. I live at the
He lives in the
brewery.
brewery. But you live downtown. Like you moved here from Maryland. No, from
New York.
New York.
Yeah.
So you were brewing in New York, and then you flew here, and you told this great story about how whenever it's what's the Catholic
Lent.
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 Yeah.
For Lent, you usually stop drinking.
Yeah,
just to let your body kind of catch back up. Smart idea, by the way.
Yeah.
And during your, I mean, can I tell this a little bit?
Yeah, go for it, man.
So when you were interviewing, they flew you here, and it was during Lent, and you weren't drinking, and you get here, and of course they're like, let's go to all these different breweries. And you want to finish with?
I mean, I had not drank it at this point in like 30 days, so like 0 alcohol besides like QA, QC tests, which is like, like a couple ounces, and they're like, cool, we're gonna marathon drink from sun up to sundown.
And so your tolerance is in the shitter, like you're in the basement.
Yeah. Well, it was not fun.
and that's got to be part of the interview.
Yeah, it was part of the interview.
The tolerance.
They even said that. They're like, we want to make sure you don't have a problem with the candy. You're not like like. Because I was just like, hey, I don't, this is the time I don't drink because, it's, it's a nice reset point.
Yeah.
And,
So you aced it.
He aced it.
I mean, I'm alive and I'm here, so
But see,
yeah.
I have this problem about New Orleans. So in New Orleans, if you go there, your bartender's 18 years old, your bouncer at the door is 18 years old, and they're making you drinks that they're not allowed to drink.
So they don't even know what it's supposed to taste like.
So like when you go get a good drink here, and the bartender takes that straw and they stick it in, and they go, all right.
No.
They can't do that. They're not supposed to do that. So how can they make you a good drink? Well, here's the answer. They just put Everclear in it and you're good to go. No, I'm just kidding. But I mean,
hey, that's my favorite kind of drink.
But I mean, can there be a brewer that's like doesn't drink?
Have you ever met a brewer who doesn't drink?
Some of the old heads I know quit.
Wow.
Where they have issues.
That's kind of like I don't trust a skinny chef.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If a chef is skinny, that means he doesn't really enjoy food.
Right.
Which that's kind of, I realize now that's really rude of me to think that.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Oh my God! You can't just say that, Holly.
I know. I thought about it. There's probably a chef out there who eats a lot of food and he just runs a lot.
I see people filming. I'm just kidding.
You're trying to get us in trouble?
Shit.
Wow.
I mean, at least once a show, I have to get us in trouble for something.
Right.
No, it does make sense, and it's I'm with you there, and I'll say, with the Lent thing, I have so normally during Lent I always take off, but 2 years ago I did the reverse.
Yeah.
Where I quit eating food.
Oh.
And I drank nothing but beer. I didn't make it the full 40 days.
Wait a minute. You drank beer every day and no food?
I didn't eat for 3 weeks straight.
Nice.
And it was one of the things. So it was based off of the beer, the Doppelbock was one of the legends about it and how truthful it is. It's much like every other beer.
I mean, you're still getting your calories for the day.
What about the protein?
The 10 drink minimum beer has a lot of protein in it. He said so earlier.
It's very keto. I don't think that's
keto.
true.
It's not keto at all.
I don't think that's true.
That's why I'm not on keto. I can't enjoy anything.
No, I think that's the Green Hornet's sidekick. That's what I know.
So yeah, did it both ways. But yeah, I didn't eat food for 3 weeks straight.
How the fuck do you do that?
Beer. The miracle of beer.
I only drank beer for 3, and I kept it to 4 beers because there was like I said, it was based on why German monks would do it. And
really?
Yeah, they would for Lent they would make a Doppelbock and they would do it, and I didn't make a Doppelbock that year, but I would subsist off of a stout, and I did not eat for 23 days or so.
Shit. Here's the difference. You have these Chinese monks. They're meditating for a couple weeks. They don't eat whatever. German monk. I'm just not gonna eat. I'll just drink beer for 3 fucking weeks. That's
pretty much.
That's amazing. No karate involved. Just no drink. Just drink.
I did zero karate.
I should probably do that, but I'm gonna do karate.
I'm
gonna do drunk karate.
You look really drunk. I'll be all. I'm doing a thing based on German monks.
Yeah.
So back off.
It's my religion.
It's my religion.
Calm down.
I'm gonna just do drunk karate and meditate drunk.
Oh man.
I think what that sounds like.
Sounds
fun.
amazing, actually.
Guys, you want to do drunk karate? With me?
I've never heard of that. German monks do it. I'm like, whoa, hold on.
Yeah.
It's not even true, but that's awesome.
It's not true. It doesn't have to be true.
I love German monks doing martial arts.
Yeah, well, while drinking.
Yeah.
And meditating.
I'll just tell people I'm doing a thing German monks do. I get really drunk and do karate, and that's all I do.
They just wear lederhosen.
Oh my God. Guys, can you imagine me in lederhosen doing karate?
Yes.
Drunk?
Yes.
I would break something.
Yes.
Who's on board with this diet?
This is great.
I
I think we could turn it
would
into a
like,
whole movement.
I'd like to see that.
A whole movement.
Is this like
It'll be a
this
movement.
is like when we all decided to join AARP?
Yes, it's just like when we decided to join AARP.
The cult of AARP. Let's
But
get that
now
right.
we're just going to start our own cult where you
Yeah.
get wasted and do karate.
And you're like, well,
lederhosen.
German monks laid this down centuries ago.
It's medicinal cocaine. You know,
Yeah.
German monks. do it.
Yes.
So it's got to be good for
It's
you.
got to be good.
I'm
Well,
going to also include that in our plan.
Vince Offer once said, "It's made by the Germans, so you know that it's good."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
People are like, Vince Offer, the ShamWow guy. Yes, I just
Yes.
quoted him.
So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to also have ShamWow guy quotes. That's what we're going to do, guys. Next week, just check in with me how it's going.
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
probably going to have broken ribs again.
Oh,
Just
Jesus
saying.
Christ. You know it's made by Germans, so you know it's good.
Yes.
He'll never do anything better than the ShamWow. Sorry.
How dare you?
You guys wanna have some cake?
I really
Yeah.
want cake. I always want cake.
I'm
Cake.
down with cake.
Cake. I brought plates. You guys got anything to promote?
I do.
What do
I
you got?
have so every Monday, so tomorrow night, I have my show with Royal at Inside Out. I will actually be in and out because I'm going to watch Rah Rah Riot tomorrow at Launchpad. But it's our open mic. Come, hang out, have fun, have some craft cocktails. But next Friday, you can also catch me doing comedy at Red Velvet Underground
Ooh.
on Eubank by the Wiener Schnitzel.
Ooh, I like the Wiener Schnitzel.
I do too. They have a new Orange Julius dipped ice cream cone, so I might get one
Can
of those.
that be part of the German monk thing? So the German monk thing is we drink a lot of triple box and Wiener Schnitzel.
Yes, we will do that. But yes, so I have a show next Friday at Red Velvet Underground, supporting Kat Savage. It's her first headlining set.
Oh,
so
nice. Very nice.
exciting. And I think you can go to the website and look that up.
Yeah.
It's fine. But that's all I got.
James?
James?
As always, you can catch me on the second season of Midnight Texas, available streaming on
Ooh.
Hulu and on NBC. And if someone can find out where you can find Snatchers at, I'm also on that. It's a
Yeah.
web series.
Billy, you've got a record out.
I have a record out. It's been out for about a week and a half now.
Where can people find that?
You can find it on bellama.bandcamp.com.
And they can buy it for $3.
You can buy it. You can actually
No, you can buy it.
you can buy it.
$3.
And I've had a lot this whole high of being like, oh my god, this record's amazing. Like I love what you do. It's like
Yeah.
it's like stop.
See, if you
already.
tell people to stream it, you don't make any money. Just go buy it. It's
Just go buy it.
$3.
It's $3.
The record really is amazing,
It is worth it.
just to tell you.
$3.
I'm
And
a
also-
comedian. I make no money, and I spent $3 to get it. So,
Thank you.
and
Oh,
it's worth it.
I pirated it from Napster.
Oh God! Of course you did. You're the one that makes the most money
Actually,
out of all of us. so
I
you can do
uploaded it to Napster.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
I was like, that was you.
Oops.
Check out this sweet free new album.
If you guys fucking think Napster still does that shit, go on there and listen to his show because that's where you get the most money from
Yeah,
the
that's-
listens. So Napster.
yeah.
Who would have
And
thought?
So, talking about the 3-year anniversary, I was hit up by someone
Ooh.
about playing that. It's in
Ooh.
October, though.
Was
right?
it Sam? Was it Sam?
No, it was.
No.
like,
Oh, I know who it is. Yeah. You guys have another booker. You have a booker here, right? Ian's like, I don't know.
Ian's
That's-
like, that is
front of
not
the
my
house stuff,
department.
not mine.
I just make the fucking beer, dude.
Yeah.
He's like, is this over yet?
I just made the fucking beer.
Let's make the fucking beer. I want to throw this out there after the Facebook debacle. I will be in Las Vegas, Nevada, Tuesday, the 30th through the 8th. If you guys want to PM me on Facebook or on our fan page, I'll meet up with people if they want to hang out and do cool shit. I'm going to be there for like 10 days. I have a feeling that after this trip, I will never go back to Las Vegas, Nevada. I have a feeling about that. And my mom goes, why? I go, because I'll be there for 10 fucking days.
That's too long.
That's too
in Vegas.
long.
That's long enough
Okay,
for
so
2 heart
2
attacks.
days is perfect. 3 days is too much.
3 days
Yeah,
is too much.
And you're gonna
10
be there
days.
10 days. That's
I'm
way
gonna
too much.
fucking, if I see a whalebone drink in someone's hand, I'm gonna knock it out. If I'm gonna, if someone's like, Donka Shane, I'll be all, fuck you, get away from me.
Just stay in your hotel and read books about bridges. It'll
I will.
Be fine.
That's what I'll do.
There you go.
But I'm gonna be in Vegas, baby, and I'm not paying for any of it, so I'm
Nice.
excited.
That's
Can
tight.
you just
There you
put
go.
me in your suitcase? I'll go do comedy the whole time. I won't even bother you.
Sure.
Cool.
I'll just go
Joke.
do like I don't know.
Just on the street.
No, they have a lot of comedy
but
clubs.
Here's what's going to happen. I want to tell the audience what's going to happen. I'm going to go to the Strip a couple of times. I'm going to do that bullshit. I've got friends that are going that they've never been there before. But I actually want to go find the places that are not on the Strip. I want to go find, and Ming Chen has helped me out, so there's a couple places.
Ooh, I can tell you a cool little comedy club off the strip
All right,
too.
we'll talk about that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to podcast randomly throughout the time I'm there and do short little shows by myself where I talk about because I almost moved there. I was supposed to be living there, and that's right. So
Why?
I'm going to go find out where I would have hung out if I moved there.
Chris, be careful.
Why?
I don't know. I see a lot of comedians go there and they never come back.
Oh.
And they
Like
just,
I'm in the Blue Man Group all of a sudden?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
they're just coked up all the time and they have blue
I'm
paint
hanging out
on
with
them.
Carrot Top or fucking.
Don't hang out with Carrot
Out in
Top.
the desert, having
Oh,
like
God,
foursomes.
not Carrot Top. Don't even say Carrot Top in my presence. Gross.
He's jacked.
Fucking gross. He
That dude's
is
jacked.
jacked and he's also not funny.
I got Carrot
I'm
Top on
just
my
kidding.
shoulders,
He's-
and we're like, "Who run by to town?" You know,
I actually respect Carrot Top for how he has run his career,
right?
but I'm also sad that I don't have a career like that, and I have better jokes.
What if I end up in like the craziest situation? Not like hangover situation.
Snapchats, please.
Yeah. So that's what I'm going to podcast. I'm going to throw out these little 15-minute blurbs of like, this is what I found today, and this is fucking insane. Like only in Vegas, or I've already been told about a speakeasy that's hidden, which I love. I love that kind of shit. That's right up my alley. So yeah, I'm excited. So if you live in Las Vegas, Nevada, or want to fly there randomly, and think of me, if you do, don't contact me actually, because
I'm
that's
gonna
crazy.
contact you.
Unless I
and
know
show-
you.
Oh, okay.
Unless
I was
we
like,
know-
how
yeah.
dare you?
No, you're fine. But if it was like some person that's like, I flew from Jersey here to hang out with you, I'd be like, I don't know if I want to do that. I mean,
That's
I
how
might.
you find the love of your life, Chris.
That's true. That's
or
very
you
true.
get murdered.
Or I
Either
get
way,
murdered.
the same thing, really. Let's just be
Yeah.
real.
And then I'll fly back on the 8th, and then on the 10th of August, we will be live and in living color at Hemp Fiesta at Balloon Fiesta Park.
Ooh.
If you like to smoke marijuana, or you're old and have rusty joints,
Or you like good lotion.
yeah,
Hemp lotion is nice.
that's what I hear. Come out and say hi at the Hemp Fiesta to us. And once again, I want to thank Ian for being on the show. Hey, come on, give it up for this guy. This guy made this beer.
Thanks for having
We
me.
didn't make this beer. I mean, we were there, but give it up to this guy.
We were involved.
We were involved. It's like when your mom like shows you how to clean the house. You kind of do, but you really don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys for all coming out. We have birthday cake somewhere. I think Stephanie Wilson made it.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Yeah, and if you haven't tried the beer
Yes,
yet,
they
try
did.
it. Is it up on the board yet?
I think so. Daniel said
Okay.
he was doing it.
All right. Danielson. I want to thank Daniel. I want to thank Sam. I want to thank Ian. I want to thank Dialogue Brewing. I want to thank all of you guys for coming out. Like us on Facebook.com/10drink, 10drinkminimum.com. We have all the social media on there. What's your Instagram?
My Instagram is Holly Bird Comedy.
Cool. Thank you guys for coming out. We are 10
10 drink
drink minimum.